interest rates, along with our below-market prices on select John Deere used planters, tractors, sprayers, and combines, makes it a great time to upgrade your equipment for the 2025 season. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com. Offer ends May 31st, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown.
Husker Hall of Famer Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to 93.7, the fastest 2 hours in radio. This is the Captain Show. As we know, the captain is out. He is on injured reserve for a couple of weeks, but it's still Window World Wednesday here with Todd Uhlir and the black shirt here. What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Good. Great.
All
Better
right.
than good.
Uhlir, as you know, did you talk to the captain?
No.
He didn't tell you what was going on? He told his...
We have telepathy.
Yeah, he told his...
Where's
Achilles tendon.
Ouch.
Yeah. I told him.
I wondered why my Achilles was hurting. So we got that.
I told him you 50-year-old guys have to watch it. You know, you
gotta be
get
careful.
to a point where, you know, Vershawn's very active, but
Was he playing pickleball?
no, I think he was playing basketball.
Oh, he's playing basketball.
One-on-one. He's telling everybody he can beat him one-on-one. That's unless the injury
lesson
comes
learned.
down, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, he's gonna be out. Well, he's gonna be on the show, but he's gonna be out of commission running, walking or running for at least 3 months. So he's not gonna have surgery, I don't think. And I think he's
not gonna have it surgically repaired.
That's what he said.
Okay. I'm having surgery June 9th
June 9th.
on my back,
On your back.
but I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm tough. I'm tougher than Vershawn.
You 50-year-old guys.
Is there going to be a long, are you expected to have like a recovery period?
Yeah, probably 12 weeks before I can lift.
Oh, okay.
But I can walk right. Like I'll be walking that day. So yeah, I'll be fine.
Well, when you talk about this injury for him, I try to tell him, like, look, you got to have surgery, man. Because if you're to a point now where your body,
you got to fix it.
Your bone is fragile, and if this thing heals, and then you make a wrong step again, it could be right back in the same position. So
this is a great segue to what I just read. You know, being old. You know, Derrick Henry is one of the older running backs in the NFL, and the Ravens just extended his contract 2 years, $30 million, 25 guaranteed, largest contract for running back over 30 in NFL history. So be careful with the old dudes. That guy can run the ball.
His workout theory is heels, and when you see a guy like that who runs more than probably any other guy in the league, the league, and runs harder than anybody. But you know, for him to have that still workout resume, regime, however they call it, is great. And you know, for him to get extended to be over 30, you know, you're opening doors for more guys.
Yeah, well, and it just goes to prove that doing the work pays off, right? So Jerry Rice, I mean, it really reminds me of a Jerry Rice type of workout, the Walter Payton before Jerry Rice, right? Like watching Derrick Henry do a lot of stuff that Jerry Rice and Walter Payton did, and most guys won't do it, even in the NFL, because they're like, well, I'm in the NFL, right? Like, I don't need to do this. I'm already, you know, and this guy's just getting stronger. I mean, his stats last year were pretty impressive for, you know, we really thought he was done after leaving Tennessee, you know, and I don't like the Ravens because They're, nemesis of the Chiefs. So this is bad news for the Chiefs trying to stop him. So we better shore up that defense a little bit.
Well, and to your point, 1,921 yards last year. That was just a few yards. It was about 100 yards short of his career high. So
Right.
I mean, he was almost a 2,000-yard runner last year, and in fact, his 5.9 yards per carry was a career high out there in Baltimore. 16 touchdowns, one off from a career high. So I mean, I know he's getting older, but he's as good as he's ever been.
I mean, in NFL years, if you're over 30 and a running back, you are. I mean, that's geriatric, right? Like, I mean, that's a geriatric running back. And he just seems to get stronger. And once again, I think it goes to his training, his nutrition. And a lot of guys won't do that. Like, even, it's just how it is. They get to a point and they're like, well, I'm doing enough. And he just seems to take it above and beyond. And it's fun to watch. I mean, wait till he's 30 or wait till he's 50. And he might not be feeling. I mean, the guy takes some shots. I mean, granted, he's a big dude, but he's still taking a lot of shots. I can't imagine what he's going to feel like in 20 years.
Who that, Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
So, when we talk about, let's go ahead, since we're talking about the NFL, Chiefs and who that? Chiefs and somebody. Oh, Chiefs and Cowboys will play Thanksgiving.
Oh, all right.
So that's a good one.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, the NFL schedule release is tonight, but a lot of these have been leaked a little bit, and that's definitely one. The Chiefs, it's been a long time, which is surprising because you see them everywhere these days, but they haven't played on Thanksgiving Day since 2006. So
really,
a little bit of an adjustment there for Chiefs fans.
Did they play Christmas Day this year?
I'm sure. Yeah,
I think it was Christmas. So. It was one of the holidays I know they played because I watched it with my belly full of turkey.
That's right.
And so we'll have the Cowboys and Eagles will play. They were playing Thursday night, the season opener.
Season opener, all right.
Yeah. Cowboys, and I think Minnesota has 2 games, and where they got them at about overseas, don't they?
Yeah, Minnesota has back-to-back games overseas, which is a first for the NFL. So they'll be playing the Steelers in Dublin, Ireland, which, of course, Ireland's been a popular spot for college football, but now the NFL getting their first ever regular season game in Ireland. The Vikings will do that September 25th. The very next week, October 5th, they will travel to England, and they will face the Cleveland Browns in London. So I'm guessing if you're the Vikings, you just kind of have a Euro trip and stay over there for a while.
Yeah, I would guess that's what you would do. They'll probably be a little more acclimated to the time change the second game.
That's true. Yeah,
guess.
I could help them out.
Good.
And the Vikings are a pretty good team, and the Steelers obviously a pretty good team from last year. We'll see if they can get a quarterback in. The Browns still working on it, but
like
those
10
pretty good
quarterbacks.
matchups.
What are you talking about?
Well,
so do the Browns.
Yeah, the Browns.
They
both have plenty of quarterbacks. They just need to find the one
that can actually run the offense. Right?
What do you think will start season opener for the Browns? If we had to go off,
I still think Joe Flacco. I mean, Joe Flacco's proven. I mean, we'll see. Maybe he's aged considerably the last year and a half.
Isn't he like 48?
He's 41.
Okay, he's 41.
But 2 years ago, he came in and helped lead them to the playoffs. So I think
backup.
Who's their top backup?
Yeah.
I think Kenny Pickett's the odd man out. So I would probably say Shador. And we'll see between him and Dylan Gabriel. We say Dylan around here first name. That's Dylan Raiola. So I got to make sure.
Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel. He has he doesn't have the best side, but right now, I don't even think he's in control of what's going to happen because Shador had even the opening mini camp we just saw that he was on money, and I think they probably and if you have to redo it, I think they probably would draft him higher now if they could.
They didn't have to.
Oh yeah, I don't know why you would. I mean, they saved some money by drafting him where they did. As far as positioning with Dylan Gabriel and battling it out, does a contract necessarily bind them to a third pick versus a fifth pick when we all understand the 5th round pick could have been a 1st round pick? I mean, I think that there's a little bit more context than usual. Like usually we just say, all right, well, they've got to stick with a 3rd round pick. That 1st round pick was an insurance guy. They're trying to find their quarterback of the future. I don't think they care necessarily where you pick him. They could get a guy off the street. You could find him in free agency, whatever.
They did get Joe Flacco off the street.
Well, they did
what
get Flacco off the street. But, so they've tried everywhere.
I mean, and I get it. Flacco's proven and he's been around, but I think when it comes time, Flacco won't be there. I think
You think he'll be released?
I do. I think they'll say, hey, just go sit at home and chill out, and if we need you, we'll call you.
Well, and a lot of it certainly depends on what the season looks like. Remember, Cleveland was 3-14 last year. If they go 0-4 to start the season, then what is the upside of having Flacco around? So that's what you wonder. That's why I think at the beginning of the year they'll start with Flacco, because every team has a chance at the beginning of the year, right? But
I can't see him cutting those other three, though. I think those three are the three.
Yeah.
You know what? Because they're younger. I don't know. It would be tough. I'm glad I'm not a GM or a head coach.
You get paid pretty handsomely if you were.
You get paid well, but that's going to be that'll be fun to watch, honestly, to see. Like, I never watched the Cleveland Browns, but it'll be fun to kind of see that quarterback.
You still won't watch the Cleveland Browns, so it's not like we're gonna.
Shador being there, right? Yeah, right. With Shador being there, I think everybody's going to be watching that quarterback kind of room there in Cleveland. I think it makes it really, really interesting. So
I'm not that just because Shador there, he doesn't brighten the NFL.
No,
I mean, I'm more excited to see what the Commanders would do in year 2.
Oh yeah,
and what will Michael Penix Jr. be able to do in his first full year as a starter? I mean, I'm not finna sit here and watch a 3-15 team play every weekend. That's not gonna happen. I mean,
I'm saying preseason,
even with the schedule, how football goes, most of the games we're going to be watching are going to be the Chiefs, because we're in that region where only the Chiefs play.
Yeah.
That's not just our region. Nationally, the Chiefs are on every week, it seems like. But
everywhere I go, even if I'm traveling, I can get my Chiefs. Wherever I go, it's great.
But I do believe, I mean, if they started
never be able to see them.
Yeah, again, in this area.
Even in this area, it was the Vikings all the time.
Well, I remember the CBS games, like the Fox kind of had NFC.
Yeah.
CBS had AFC. So I've seen plenty of. I've sat through some Chiefs games before.
Yeah.
So
you're not old enough. You don't remember.
Yeah.
So Flacco just reached an agreement on a 1-year, $4 million contract.
So yeah, I mean, even if they cut him,
so
they're only losing $4 million.
The contract is worth up to $13 million with incentives.
All right. Well,
and Kenny Pickett's still on his rookie contract too, so that's not that expensive.
Yeah, not that expensive. But do you want to get rid of somebody like that? That I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Kenny Pickett's not. I mean, he started off in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So and he's not guaranteed a spot because it didn't work out. He's not guaranteed anything just because he's been in the league longer than these guys. I mean, he's supposed to be the guy that Pittsburgh wanted so bad and needed so bad that. He didn't even last there long.
They couldn't protect him, though, and they didn't really have a run game. But it is what it is. We'll see.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett, obviously, 2-year starter basically for the Steelers this past year. Won a championship with the Eagles as the backup, though. So wasn't didn't lead anybody to championship.
Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett. Are we gonna say it like that?
Yeah, Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
How could he be the odd man out?
All right, y'all. We're gonna. I guess later. Well, next segment we're gonna talk about Winter World and what's going on. We're gonna get the Uhlir report. We're gonna talk a little Nebraska football. We're gonna see how the girls are gonna fare out there in LSU in the women's softball, and then I guess we're gonna do my Lakers in 5, or Boston in 5. They're gonna get picked up in 5. So we're gonna talk a little bit that later. But Bach, what else you got for us today? What else you need?
Well, I did want to start with kind of the news yesterday and get your guys' response to it. And obviously, it's not going to change a whole lot. We knew we were going to play Cincinnati in Kansas City. We've been talking about Kansas City Arrowhead Stadium August 28th, but now we know the game will be televised on ESPN and will start at 8:00 on a Thursday. I mentioned the other day. I mean, it's really the game of the games there on Thursday night, kind of to open up college football week 0. You still have Kansas State and Iowa State opening up in Ireland, but that's the previous weekend. So people will be kind of looking forward to that Thursday, in Nebraska and Cincinnati, kind of the marquee opponent. Nebraska's been doing this over the last several years, and I love it. Either these Thursday night games or these week 0 games that really puts the spotlight on the Huskers. Hasn't necessarily been the best spotlight because Nebraska's been losing these games a lot. But what do you guys think about 8 p.m. start on ESPN for Nebraska football this year?
That's great.
Yeah.
Sound like us in 95. We played Thursday night, Oklahoma State game.
Yep.
It was exciting game. I mean, even though we played away, that we knew we was going to be back home quick because it wasn't that far, but we went out there and dominated like we supposed to, and we came out with a big victory. So, the thing is, these guys, these guys have to, they really have to come together this summer to make this a special, a special thing that they need this year. Summer's going to depend on how this team reacts to everything. I mean, we can't have this many guys stay here, this many guys go home, this many guys have private guys who work them out. No, you need to, everything you do needs to be done as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And so they need to understand that this summer is going to be very crucial to how this season goes for them. I mean, if you want to be the best, you got to take that leap, and everybody has to be out there on the first day, not coming back 2 days later. You got to have now I know it's a new rule they talking about where they're going to have OTAs like the NFL did. So, this is going to be, this is a chance for the guys who was hurt during spring to get out there and really catch up on some stuff that they missed. But, it's got to start with everybody, not just Dylan Riola. It got to start with all the younger guys, all the older guys. It has to start with, coaches can't be out there. Somebody has to be the leader. Somebody has to step up and say, hey, we're going to start at this time. We can't just be walking around at 3:30 talking about we're going to start at 3:30 and everybody still pulling up and not dressed. So, this summer is going to be really special to see how they do things this year.
Man, I'm excited for it. I love, obviously, Arrowhead, second favorite stadium behind Memorial Stadium. So being able to be there on a Thursday night, 8 p.m., August 28th, the weather is probably going to be pretty darn good. Hopefully, let's not jinx it, right? Like typically it's pretty good weather. So it's going to be fun. I know Husker Nation's going to travel. They always do. So it's going to be, obviously, is the Sea of Red and Arrowhead. So, hey, that rhymes. The Sea of Red and Arrowhead. So yes, excited to be down there. Definitely going. Wouldn't miss it for anything. And it's going to be, I think it's just going to be an awesome experience for the team. Obviously, we need to come out and hit Cincinnati in the mouth and, show we'll have an opportunity to show basically the world, like you said, we're going to be that marquee game kind of week 0. Show them that we have made the progress, and just going through all the spring practices and stuff like that, seeing what I've seen a lot of improvement and, but you still got to go out on game day, improve it and get it done. Right. That's going to be the thing. Can we finish games? Can we, dominate opponents the way we used to? That's still to be seen, right, Terrell? We need to see that.
Yeah, it's still young in the summer, so we got a lot we're going to talk about today and go over. Next, we're going to have the Uhlir Pro. Bach, take us to break, and when we come back, it's Window World Wednesday with Todd Uhlir. 93.7 is the ticket. This is the Captain Show, the fastest 2 hours in radio.
Get ready for the largest dirt late model event in Nebraska, race fans. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is heading to Eagle Raceway's High Bank Heist on Thursday, May 15th through Saturday, May 17th. See the greatest dirt late model stars in the country compete for $10,000 to win on both Thursday and Friday, and an enormous $50,000 to win 75-lap main event on Saturday. The High Bank Heist, May 15th through May 17th at Eagle Raceway. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com. Let's go Lucas Oil Late Model Racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street.
Big news from your Nebraska Lottery. Mega Millions is now more mega than ever. First off, a new multiplier is built into the game. Plus, there are now bigger jackpots, better odds, and prizes start at $10. So don't miss out on these fantastic enhancements. Visit your favorite Nebraska Lottery retailer today and play Mega Millions with the new built-in multiplier, bigger jackpots, better odds, and prizes starting at $10. Drawings Tuesdays and Fridays. $5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best they can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. Tailored Landscapes is on the brink of spring cleanups for all their existing customers, and they have limited spots available. They trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give Tailored Landscapes a call at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of their designers and stop by the Tailored Life store in Bennett.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Gainett Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gainett Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gainett Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainEttTrucking.com.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
When you're outdoors beneath Nebraska skies, adventure comes in all sizes. From quick escapes and long weekends to true off-the-grid retreats. Paddle, hike, camp, explore. Whether you have a few hours or a few days, we'll guide you to a state park or recreation area that's a perfect fit. Start your next adventure today at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bum, bada, 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 bum.
All right, welcome back to the Captain Show. Window World Wednesday here. This is the Captain Show, the fastest 2 hours in radio. But before we get to Ulaport, we have to say this: powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Brad.
Excavating.
Shout out to Slim and the guys out there working hard for Bauer Underground out there. Wow, for the world's renowned sports lifting machine, the Uhlir Report.
The Uhlir Report. Awesome, man. It is it's finals week here at the University of Nebraska. My son going through finishing up his first year. So that's fun. We're moving him from the suites to an apartment. So been doing that the last day and a half
Suites.
or so.
What do you mean the suite?
The university suites.
Where was that at?
That's a dorm, 17th and R, where all the freshmen have to stay the first year. If you didn't enroll early, all the early enrollees got to leave and they only had to be a semester, but he wasn't an early enrollee because he did track season. Our Battle Creek Braves are absolutely crushing it. We Braves and Bravettes. So state track, district track this Thursday for Class C, and then state track next week for A through C or A through D. It's going to be a lot of fun. Love track season. Miss it. I've been out wandering around. I'm like, man, I feel like I should be somewhere because I wasn't at any track meets this year, but I'm going to go to state track next weekend and check that out. I think both the Battle Creek Braves and the Battle Creek Bravettes have a shot at winning a state title. Window World, I mean, we've been busy like all over the place. It's that time of year. Everybody's calling. They're like, man, I can feel the heat coming in and all that stuff. So, call us for all your window needs. Doesn't matter if it's one window or all the windows, we can take care of you. Come out and check out our new showroom. I know Terrell and Vershawn were out there, and Bach, you were out. Did you come out? Yeah, you came out, right? Yeah. So come check out the new showroom, see what Window World windows are all about. We also do doors, patio doors, front doors, garage doors. We do siding. We do roofing. We do gutters. We do downspouts. We do soffit and fascia. So you can call us at 402-464-7313 or go to windowworldlincoln.com and we'll come out and give you a free estimate. No pressure. We're not, we want to give you our best price up front, and it is what it is. And we stand behind our products 100%. So best warranty in the business and love it. So I've actually been just over a year with them, and I've learned a lot and getting better, and it's a lot of fun. So love working with the guys out there, Paul and Tommy and Kevin and Kelly, and all of our installers are awesome. So it's been really fun. Brooklyn and Gian in the office, they're always fun to work with. So come check us out. And then later today, my daughter is coming down, and we got to go look at 3 different apartments because she can't just pick one. So we got to go through 3 apartments because she's coming down in the fall. She graduates this weekend. This is my youngest. So
okay.
I'll officially have nobody left at home. So pretty daunting.
Does it get?
What are we gonna do?
Does it be exciting not to have kids in the house for the first time?
No. No. Like I already miss like track season. Like I miss, Trent played every sport.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I've been busy for the last 16 years of my life, and he came to Nebraska to play football, but I mean, we all know, like, you just don't walk in and play. Like, so it's been rough, and then my daughter wrestled. So it was awesome during wrestling season, and then she doesn't do anything but wrestle, and it's been like, what do I do? You know? So I'm it's interesting. I don't think I'm excited. I'm excited for her to go out. She's going to come down, go to Bryan, go to nursing school. I'm excited for her for that journey. But I'm not excited. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. That's why, that's why last year I took this job in Lincoln with Window World, is because like all my kids are going to be in Lincoln or Omaha. Like my two oldest are in Omaha. So it gets me out of Norfolk and down here, and, still haven't bought a place. We're thinking about it.
In Lincoln?
Yeah, we're thinking.
Might be a good idea for you.
Might
You got all the kids out of the house.
Yeah.
You're feeling lonely.
Yeah. So my biggest obstacle to that is the fact that my oldest daughter is in her last year of residency, and she is, more than likely going to end up back in Norfolk working with my 2-year-old granddaughter. So it's like, do we get a place? Like, it's. So I want to be. I don't know.
Well, maybe when you go apartment hunting this afternoon, you just get a really big apartment with extra room out there.
Just get a I wouldn't say a fixer up, just a nice house for the. Yeah. Well, it depends. I know your son wouldn't want to stay with his sister while he was in college. So
he's actually rooming with Coach Rule's son. So Bryant. So they're going to be roommates. So over
Coach Rule's son, what he does?
He works out with the team.
Oh, okay. Does he dress out or?
No.
Oh, I
think he's actually working a little bit with the strength department. And that kind of stuff. So, from what I understand, but yeah, so him and Coach Rule's son become roommates. So, but yeah, that'll be interesting. But, so I'm assuming I'll get to see Coach Rule maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, there you go.
I wouldn't want to do that if I was a kid. I wouldn't want to stay with Coach Osborne's son when I was in college. So I know me.
You gotta, Trent's different than you and I.
Yeah,
he takes after his mom a lot more than his dad. So I would have never done that either. But he's like, dude, that's cool. Like,
I'd be trying to stay away from Coach far as possible.
Yeah. So that's the Uhlir report this week. Excited for state track. I don't know how many people out there listen and follow it, but there's been like 17 state records broke this year. So, and it's just crazy how these kids are getting, like, one of the records at Battle Creek was the 200 by Rochelle Kuhar, and that was done in 1994. And a girl, Allie Court, just broke that. And I never thought we'd see that ever be broke. And these kids are just getting faster and stronger, and it's fun. The shot putter from Central is thrown 68, I believe. And the kid from Stanton's thrown 64. So some big, shot putters. It'll be a fun state track meet to see if how many records get broke. It's just crazy to me to think that, we all want to say that these kids are different than, in the 90s, and, but the training and the protocols have come so far. I mean, I know that from training my own kid, right? Like, it's just so different than what we like. It's so, and I wouldn't say advanced, but just smarter, right? These kids are so explosive. I mean, this Wilkie kid from Stanton is 5'8", and he led his team to 2 state championships, or did they lose? They might have lost. They might be. I can't remember. I know quarterback, tough kid, 5'8". He's thrown the shot put 64 feet. Like, I think he's 5'8". He might list himself at 5'10", like me, but I feel like I'm taller than him. But, then the kid from Central, he's chasing a huge record that's been around since 1972 or something like that. Especially state meet record that's been around since like 72 or 78, something like that. So there's not very many really old records at the state meet, but some of those could go down that are still around. I think the 1 mile or the 2 mile is still like the oldest one at like 1964, but they weren't using digital timing. You don't know how that
works. It all depends what kind of prenatal they giving the mom, because all these kids this generation is a lot bigger, faster. I mean, this nationwide. I mean, you got to understand when you see guys running track, like some guy in high school is running a 9.92.
9.85.
9.85. They got this guy called Gok, and he's from, I think he's from Jamaica, but he's done broke all of Usain Bolton's record at his age. He's like 16 years old and ran a 9.99.
Yeah.
You know, and this guy right here is like 6'5", Bach. So, you know, and just to watch the American kids do the same as in high school, running under 39 and the 4x1 and I seen sixth grade, a guy still in high school running a 10.6. So, you know, it's got to be these prenatal pills that they give the mama that has to be something inside of them.
It's fun to watch track. I think it's a really good sport, and I think every football player should do track. But that was how I was brought up.
That's mostly how we did it. Gus Mohawk says, my cousin just had one graduate high school and moved out the house.
Mm-hmm.
He just found out his wife is pregnant again.
Oh
my God. That has to be a blow to man. That's like
I don't know. I wouldn't feel that bad, to be honest.
That's like paying child support for 18 years. And then you just have another one. Like, why?
Yeah.
That's like walking off for me, that's torture.
Yeah.
I mean, I just finished with paying for both of my kids and they still are asking. I'm like, child support never stops.
Never.
It's just support the kids. That's all it is.
29 and 24-year-old that are still on child support.
We do have a something off the text line, too. I thought we should get to. Cubsker says, Todd, thank you for the inspiration. A month and a half ago, I started the carnivore diet, and hearing you talk about it on the show, I'm down 35 pounds, and I feel amazing.
Awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, once again, with the carnivore, I don't think it's a long-term thing. Like, I'm doing a variation of carnivore. I've added back pretty much vegetables and fruit only. And I'm going to be at 205, which is the leanest I've been since 1999, and just love it.
Wow.
So, yeah. Awesome. Congratulations, man. Keep at it.
You and VJ. I told VJ he get down to my range, I'm going to take him out. That's it. Once he gets in that 200, 205 range, that's easy money to me.
I'll be 205 shortly.
Oh yeah, you see, I already beat you. You just don't know it. So you just gotta wait and see.
It's awesome.
See what I do to you guys. All right, when we come back, we'll do the NBA report here on the Captain Show 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Barbecue. It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats like Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Call or text us at 402-464-5685 with questions, or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Registration goes through May 30th.
Attention! Acres is cutting interest rates and offering great deals below market value on the largest selection of used inventory in the nation. For a limited time, Acres is offering interest rates as low as 2.9% on our late model John Deere ag equipment. Acres low interest rates, along with our below market prices on select John Deere used planters, tractors, sprayers, and combines, makes it a great time to upgrade your equipment for the 2025 season. Visit acres.com for details. That's AKRS.com. Offer ends May 31st, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
In dealing with the high interest rates, it's very important that you get as much bang for the buck. And that's what our Remington Homes is all about.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier and more affordable.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com, pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, whether you want painted trim or other upgrades. Those are all options with our Remington Homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
We're going to see plenty of sunshine here. A little bit of cloud cover for your Wednesday. Another hot one out there. High temperature right around 90 degrees. Wind gusts in between 25 and 30 miles an hour. Tonight, a chance for some severe thunderstorms to our north and west. I think we'll stay dry here in Lincoln. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow with a high of 83. And then low 80s again coming up for your Friday. I'm meteorologist Aaron Downham for 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best they can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. Tailored Landscapes is on the brink of spring cleanups for all their existing customers, and they have limited spots available. They trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give Tailored Landscapes a call at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of their designers and stop by the Tailored Life store in Bennett. Memorial Day is coming up quickly, and you know what that means. Grilling season. You know what's more embarrassing than an overcooked piece of meat? A dirty, disgusting, and grimy grill. Let the pros at Husker Grill Cleaning get you ready for grilling season. They'll take your grill apart piece by piece, scrub every inch, and reassemble it so your grill can look and perform its best. Visit their website at huskergrillcleaning.com today to schedule your appointment. Husker Grill Cleaning, serving Lincoln, Omaha, Malcolm, and more.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. Welcome back to the Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket. The fastest 2 hours in radio. Bob, you know what I want right now. Bigger than 5. 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 OKC, KLC, UFC. Bigger than 5. It doesn't matter. Chris Paul, Jake Paul, Logan Paul. Bigger than 5. Serge Ibaka, Chewbacca, Waka Flocka. All right. We got the NBA report right here. It was the Pacers in 5. The Pacers 104, the Cavaliers 105. Tyler Halliburton, 31.6 rebounds, 5 assists. All starters in double figures for the Pacers. The Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell, 35 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks. Evan Mobley, 24 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist. And guess what, Bob? The Pacers in 5. And we didn't see this coming. Nobody seen this coming.
Wasn't the Cavaliers number 1 seed?
Number 1 seed.
All right, they're out.
They're out.
Yeah, so the Cavs became the 4th team in NBA history to win at least 64 games in the regular season and not advance past the second round. So historic regular season for the Cavs, but weren't able to fill it out here. Now, they had some injuries this series that was just kind of holding them up a little bit. But either way, the Pacers took advantage. They get the win. Cavs, by the way, at least you'd like to say in your last chance or punching to try to stay alive. And I think they did that at least. They had a 19-point first half lead that diminished. They end up losing this game. I don't know if that's good or bad. Again, I think it makes you feel at least like you're trying. Donovan Mitchell, I mentioned the injuries, was questionable for this game. He fought through it to try to fight for Cleveland. But once again, it is the Pacers now in the Eastern Conference Finals. They were there last year, got swept by the Celtics. Doesn't look like the Celtics will be there this time around. So see if the Pacers can finish the job and make it to the finals this year.
All right, we're not going to go to Boston yet, but we're going to go to probably the best series that I have watched in basketball in a long time, and this is the Denver Nuggets 105, OKC 111. Joker, 44 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists. Jamal Murray, 28 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. They came out smoking in the game, and they led all the way through the third quarter. Then comes OKC with 112. SGA, 31.6 rebounds, 7 assists. Jalen Williams, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. OKC takes the lead 3-2. Bob, this is a barn burner right here.
It is absolutely. We mentioned this earlier. This looked like it's going to be the best series. It has played out that way through 5 now. Like you said, OKC with the advantage, but they had to come back. They had to fight back last night to do that. Lou Dort, who's not necessarily known for his offense, hit 3 straight threes there to help cut them there late into the fourth quarter, and then they get the win. But this was just fantastic. Ultimately, a 7-point game. But there in the final couple minutes, there's just big shot after big shot hit on both sides. Nikola Jokic made a kind of leaning away at the buzzer at the end of the shot clock 3-pointer. But OKC was just too much. And although the series has been really good and the playoffs have been good so far, your 2 finalists for MVP. Now there's 3 of them technically. Giannis is also in there, but we kind of have a feeling that it's going to be SGA and Jokic, and they haven't played up to the regular season numbers in the playoffs so far. Well, they did last night. I mean, Jokic 44 points, 15 rebounds, was fantastic, and 31 from SGA. So, I mean, this I almost hope this goes 7. I am kind of cheered for OKC a little bit if I had my choice. So I suppose I'd be okay with them getting the win here in this next game in Game 6, but this is as entertaining as the series as we've had so far this year.
And I think OKC needs this series more than anything, because this is for the younger generation kids, the kids who likes the SGA, the Evan Mobley, and this is a young team. I mean, you're probably younger than the Auburn basketball team that played this year, but you talk about a team that has the best record in the NBA, who's playing like the Chicago Bulls did when they only lost 9 or 10 games. I think how many they lose? 10, 11?
Yeah, was it so the Bulls lost 10, and the Golden State lost 9.
Mhm.
All those years later, yeah.
And how many did OKC ended up?
They lost
with?
14 this year, but not too
so
far
they're
off.
4 off the record. And this just makes it exciting for especially for the NBA, not having LeBron right now. Steph Curry, he's out. Jimmy Butler's they're on their way out possibly tonight. You got Boston who's knocking on the door. All right, so we got 2 games tonight. We got New York versus Boston at 6 p.m. New York leads this series 3-1. We got Golden State and Minnesota later on tonight at 8:30 tonight. Minnesota leads this series 3-1. So we're looking at 2 elimination games tonight, and maybe they can start. Now they have to wait for the Western Conference Finals, but maybe the Eastern Conference Finals can start.
Yeah, Knicks Pacers would be kind of a throwback from the 90s. Would be pretty fun to get going there. I obviously hope the Celtics are able to come back, but Jason Tatum's injury there at the end, ruptured Achilles.
Rashawn Jackson.
Yeah, pulled over Rashawn Jackson. Within the same 24 hours, I think that Rashawn did.
Jason Jackson, VJ Tatum. So let's stop before we get a phone call, fellas.
But yeah, it's gonna be tough for them. I mean, they are a home team. They actually played better on the road this past season, so we'll see. I think the heart of a champion might be able to punch through and get the win tonight. But as far as winning 3 in a row, that might be a little bit difficult. Now, it is important to note they have played without Tatum. They have a pretty good record without Tatum this year. So they might be able to still keep things going, but Jaylen Brown's going to have to be significantly better than he has been so far. Remember, he gets paid a healthy sum as far as NBA players go. So this is his chance to prove that he's a number one. But they're just kind of beat up. Kristaps has been beat up. He's not nowhere close to what he was giving him last year. He's just not healthy.
I think they need to get rid of him.
They might, and that's the big question with the Celtics now, whether they win or lose tonight. If this series falls out, if Tatum is out for majority of next year, there's the question because they've got a lot of contracts on there. They're going to pay heavy luxury tax unless they try to switch things up, maybe blow things up and do a little bit there. I hope they don't. I mean, I hate when teams overreact.
I don't think you should blow things up, but it's a couple of guys that need to be addressed.
Yeah.
Al Horford.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with him.
He doesn't cost that much, but yeah, as far as the bidding him and him as your starter. Yeah,
guys like him. You're giving him all that money. He was with New York, wasn't he?
At one time, he was drafted by them.
You have to say so. And
Drew Holiday's getting older.
Drew Holiday, and for the thing with New York, Spike Lee. No, he's the happiest guy in the world. Rico right now. If you lose tonight, Bob, you will get a phone call. You will get a text tomorrow from Rico.
Oh yeah. Well, in the Knicks, I mean, it is worth noting. I mean, they just haven't been. I don't think they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals since the year 2000. I mean, it's a franchise for as much as we had the lottery. Obviously, the Dallas Mavericks won that, and we're all looking like that doesn't seem like the cleanest way to go about things. So there's been questions before about the league. I'll put it that way. But the best argument that the league has not been fixed is how bad the Knicks has been. Because if the league was fixed, you would think that they would put that market out, in Madison Square Garden, one of the most famous buildings in the United States. And, the Knicks brand just hasn't been what it probably could be. But maybe this is the start of something for them.
All right. That's how Lakers in 5. Where's it going to be? Celtics in 5 right now as the best NBA basketball continues tonight with 2 games. So
no Steph Curry, by the way.
No Steph Curry. All right. We needed that one. So I'm cheering for Minnesota right now. And I'm cheering for Ant-Man because he's a fellow state of Georgia resident like me.
Let's say it does come down to Knicks, Pacers, Timberwolves, and OKC. Who do you think?
I think OKC is too much for Minnesota.
Yeah,
I think they're too. They run so good up and down the court that, and Joker's such a great shooter, and that's the only reason why Denver's in this game because Jokic skills. I mean, you don't usually see a guy day in and day out that can score 44 points and 15 rebounds. Yeah. Usually having a triple double. Some guys come to play with him each different night, but like I say, this OKC team is just, without SGA, they don't go anywhere. But he has a good supporting cast around him.
Yeah, and I think just the favorites that are going to come out of the West now. Now that the Celtics are falling off, even if I guess if they did win, still without Tatum, I just think the
New York,
favorites are coming out of
Indiana
the
is
West.
kind of confusing for me. I have to do some work on that one because I don't know what's the series like for the regular season with them. New York is it's good to see them back.
Yeah.
All right, Bob, take us out of here today.
All right, you're listening to the Captain here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Window World Wednesdays. We have Todd Uhlir in studio with us, as well as the Hall of Famer and All-American Terrell Farley, myself, Jake Bockoven. We'll be back after this break.
Big news from your Nebraska Lottery. Mega Millions is now more mega than ever. First off, a new multiplier is built into the game. Plus, there are now bigger jackpots, better odds, and prizes start at $10. So don't miss out on these fantastic enhancements. Visit your favorite Nebraska Lottery retailer today and play Mega Millions with the new built-in multiplier, bigger jackpots, better odds, and prizes starting at $10. Drawings Tuesdays and Fridays. $5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a 4-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats like Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Call or text us at 402-464-5685 with questions, or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Registration goes through May 30th.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
You grew up on cereal for breakfast and you graduated into drinking coffee at some point as an adult. Now there's a place in Lincoln where you can stay caffeinated but eat like you used to. Control Coffee and Cereal Bar brings Saturday morning vibes to every day with locally roasted specialty coffees, Lotus energy drinks, and tons of breakfast cereals with toppings. And did we mention they have video games to play while you're there too? Control Coffee and Cereal Bar open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the weekends at 15th and Pine Lake.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus. Garage doors and more.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Three-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Touchdown. Vershawn Jackson, number 34, gets the touchdown.
Husker Hall of Famer Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Yeah! All right. Welcome back to the Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Captain Show. It's Window World Wednesday here, and we are at 1040 O Street. It is I, the black shirt, Terrell Farley. I'm with
Buck.
And I'm with Uhlir. We are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Brett.
Excavating.
All right. Now, some of the experts has spoken about Nebraska football.
Oh, boy.
The over and under win total. What do you think is that, Todd?
8. Over under?
Yeah.
8.
Over and under 8. Bob, you know what it is.
I know what it is.
All right, Nebraska football over and under win total set at 7.5.
Well, that's close.
Yeah, you're pretty darn
close.
good.
All right. I didn't see it. So
Didn't go into halves.
yeah, I didn't
That's
know
like
we had halves.
7.5. So
So you're basically betting 8
do
for the over.
you
yeah.
think that's accurate? Do you think we deserve a little bit better, or
No.
or should we be right there or lower, Bob?
I think that's about where Nebraska should be. You know, I think locally, obviously, we have higher expectations, want to get to 9 wins and all that. And we're going to look at all the reasons as to why maybe Nebraska should be preseason top 25 and win 9 or 10 games. And we're going to believe and buy into all of that. And I don't have a problem with that. But that's why I always look at the national experts to kind of set where the expectations are. And that's why I say there's often difference between local expectations and national expectations. And so this is where, you know, people around the country kind of feel like Nebraska is set at. And we can say, well, they've got an easy schedule and they got Dana Holgerson and this and that. But Nebraska has, I'll put it this way, they just have not hit these numbers over the years. I mean, we've seen these win totals be, this is 7.5 is about what it's been for the last decade, and Nebraska has not been able to get there.
We would take 7.5. What are you talking about?
But yeah,
decade?
now it's interesting. You get to 7.5, and obviously you want to push past 8. You know, these are regular season wins here. So I mean, I think they certainly have the opportunity to get beyond that, but this feels like around where Nebraska should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's right where I mean, if I was gonna take bets, that's where you would put it.
Well, I would try to go higher, you know. But you're put in the same window as Washington, Illinois, Iowa, USC.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just some of the teams who are stuck at 7-8 wins. Then you got people like Ohio State and Oregon, who's at 10.5. Penn State is at 10. Indiana and Michigan is at 8.5. And when I say 7, I mean, you got to look at the last time we went past the 8-win season was Mike Riley in 2016, and we still ended up going to the Motor City Classic Bowl. So, you know,
we didn't know what we had.
But you know, if we want to be that surprise team that everybody's talking about, we like I said, it starts with the summer workouts. It starts with these guys being fully committed to every activity. You know, this is no time to fly out to the Terrence Crawford fight. You know, if that happens, you know, you can't. You know, you go home, you see your friends, then you hop right back on the plane and you come right back, because that was some of the things I did in the summer when I left. I mean, I only probably went home a week or two, came right back, ready to go, football mode.
100%. Everybody needs to be on the same page, working for the same common goal.
Well, I think it's funny too, because you said, and I know somebody already texted in that they would take the over on that. You know, at that 7.5, you said Illinois, USC, and Iowa are right there, and you can make your arguments. You lost all three of them last year.
Yeah.
So again, this 7.5 is kind of projecting Nebraska up a little bit within the Big Ten rankings and the Big Ten standings. So it is it's something that that's probably where I'd put. I don't mind yours either. I think a solid 8. You know, 8. But you know, once you get to 8.5 and you're betting on if Nebraska gets 9, that's where I'd start to say, well, now I might start betting the under, not because I'm not supportive. It's just, you know, that's the uphill battle Nebraska has. But of course, I think they could get there. It's not from a lack of faith. It's just it's probably from the heartbreak of the last 10 years that I've bet, you know, tried to bet over
Can't
on
take anymore.
Right.
Now, when these type of things happen with the 8 and 9, but you know, we as a fan base are looking for a bigger
10.
jump. I mean,
we want 10.
We have to, because if you look at Rule in year 3, he has always jumped from 2-10, 6-6 to a 10-4.
Yeah,
at
we all
Baylor.
want 10.
Yeah.
No, that was at Temple. Then you go 11-1, 7-6, 11-3 at Baylor. So we're looking at, okay, Rue, this is it.
Yeah.
You have to win 10 games or more. You have to, because historically you have done it at 2 other schools in year 3. How realistic, Bach, is that for Nebraska though?
I think it's realistic. I mean, I think that they've got the coaching staff in place. You've got a sophomore quarterback again, who's, you know, was your big time recruit. It's time for him to kind of move past that freshman stage, and we'll all be looking for him to make that big jump. Again, you've had a defense over the last couple of years, been somewhat of a top 25 defense, some changes there, but you hope you can stay where you're at there. And then again, Dana Holgorsen brings a lot of hope to this. So I get that. And then, you know, there is the Matt Rule history, and that's kind of what this is. I think it's kind of interesting talking to different people. You know, some people feel like, well, he's pretty safe. He could have another ho-hum year. I think he could, you know, win 7 games and stick around. I think then the heat would be dialed up on his seat already, because this is the year. I said from the beginning, when Nebraska hired him in 2023, we'll see what happens. This isn't why they hired him. This year is not why they hired him. They hired him for 2025 and beyond, and that's where we are. We're arriving there to where, when you look at his resume and you make this hire, it is for year 3. It is for understanding that he's a program builder, and this is where at that stage, like you said, I mean, it's gone. His first couple stops have went pretty much just like this. A little bit better year 1 at Nebraska, maybe obviously better pieces to work with. 5-7, we're not excited about it, but it's better than his 2-10 at Baylor, or 2-10 at Temple, or 1-11 at Baylor. But each of those years hovering around 500. In his second year at Temple and Baylor, did the same at Nebraska. Now it's time to take that jump. So I think that jump needs to be made, and if it doesn't, I think I wouldn't. You hesitate to jump into any hot seat discussions, but I think that things would get uncomfortable even with another 7-win campaign here for Nebraska, because that would show that you're not making the stride that you were hired to make.
Well, and you taking into account the schedule we have, like, you know, if you're going to make the jump, this is the year to make the jump.
Yeah,
for sure. As far as scheduling goes, with what Penn State and Michigan being, you know, the two two teams, and I think honestly, like we probably have the talent and potential to beat those guys. Why wouldn't we? I think we can. I definitely think we can compete with them. I don't think Michigan's going to come in and run us over like they did a couple years ago.
That was bad.
It was not fun. And we were on that. We were out there for the recruiting trip. It was not fun. I think those days are done at least.
What days?
You know, where Michigan comes in and thumps us.
Well, you better wait till game time, dear. I'm not.
Well, I think we've made
he's
that
making
much progress that we're not going to be. I mean, Indiana last year was just to me a fluke. We weren't.
That was football. You can't call that a fluke. The fluke is
that was football.
That was let me take that back. That wasn't a fluke. That was a butt kick.
Yeah, it was yes. So but I think those days are behind us.
Well, you can't have too many of them. We know that. Yeah, you can't have too many of them. The expectation was for them to be behind. But to your point, what you were talking about was 2023 Michigan.
Yeah.
That was 28-0 at halftime.
Yeah,
Zero chance you're going to come back. That sort of thing. Yeah.
I mean, 55-3, wasn't it?
It ended up 45-7. 28-0 at halftime.
It was. Yeah. I mean, it was just an absolute.
So what's your thoughts on Michigan coach not coaching the Nebraska game?
What happened? I don't know. What happened?
Well,
he
picks the games he want to be suspended. So he picked Nebraska.
He picked
Nebraska. So this is going back to the Connor Stallions situation, as he was involved in that deleted text messages between him and Connor Stallions. So they're self-imposing a 2-game ban. Michigan is. We'll see what the NCAA's reaction is to it. But he has decided, instead of it being the first 2 games, which include Oklahoma, his alma mater, that he would rather sit out weeks 3 and 4, which include Nebraska. And, so that is a benefit to Nebraska, but it also, in my mind, is kind of big timing Nebraska, because the TV networks, the Big Ten, they should not want him to give up a Big Ten game, regardless if it's Nebraska, throughout any team whatsoever.
Purdue.
Over a non-con game.
Right. I agree.
So I feel like Nebraska's getting big time to
getting big time. That should be some locker room motivation, I would think.
Yeah. And I don't think the NCAA should care about his feelings either. I think they should say, well, if you say it's 2 games, we'll do 2 games, but you can't pick them.
Yeah. Well, they self-imposed, box, so he can pick what he.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The NCAA is going to rule on this as well, and they
you would let Jim Harbaugh pick the ones he wanted last year. Not pick them, but he lost the last 2 before the playoffs, or what?
Yeah, he didn't necessarily pick those. There's Penn State and Ohio State. They're the biggest games on the schedule, but that was that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, the NCAA absolutely has the power to say, you know what, we'll do the 2-game ban, but it's got to be the first 2 games.
All right, Buck.
Or whatever 2 they want.
Buck sound kind of salty because of that.
Yeah.
One, doesn't it?
I am, because Nebraska's getting big time here. I don't like it.
I didn't realize that was the case.
This is the old guard of the Big Ten, just doing what they want.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily like it. So that's interesting. I did want to ask you guys, because DP asked me this, because I thought it was interesting. Any road game, obviously we already talked about Kansas City, so throw that one in there as well, which is essentially a Nebraska home game, but nevertheless, between that one, Maryland, Minnesota, UCLA, Penn State, if you could go to one road game, which one would it be?
Penn State.
Without a doubt.
Happy Valley.
Yeah.
I'm going.
You are, yeah. You want
absolutely going to that game. I don't know if I would go to Maryland.
Yeah.
And who else? Minnesota?
Minnesota's another one. UCLA, the Rose Bowl.
I've been to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't need to go to that.
I think past experiences can certainly, because I kind of said the same thing. I've been to Minnesota and UCLA.
I haven't been to Minnesota.
Go somewhere new.
Minnesota's got a new one. You've been up to the new one?
Yeah. Just a couple years ago, Matt Rules.
I've been in the old dome.
Yeah.
I went to a Bears Vikings game there. I never went to a Minnesota.
Oh,
game.
okay.
But then no, never been to a Minnesota game. So I wouldn't mind going to Minnesota. But Penn State, I haven't been there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, hopefully they do a whiteout for us and all that good stuff. And I mean, I'm excited to go to Penn State.
Yeah, I think as a college football fan, I do think it's close to obvious. If you haven't been to the Rose Bowl, that might be one that might, if you're a Kansas City fan, haven't been to Arrowhead, maybe that would be something. But other than that, as far as big time game, big atmosphere, Penn State's going to be that. I have heard there's really, it's kind of tough to get in the Happy Valley. There's nothing around it, which surprises me because, Pittsburgh, you think of, like I said, Pennsylvania, you think of Pittsburgh, you think of, some of the bigger cities there, but apparently there's nothing around Happy Valley. So be prepared for that when you go.
That's all right. Pretty used to that.
I have 3 that I probably would go to. Penn State, Oregon, and USC. Them are my 3. If I could go 3 Big Ten stadiums, that would probably be it.
I've been to the Horseshoe.
Or Michigan, of course, and Ohio State, so that's 5.
Yeah.
So I've been to the Horseshoe, so that's out. So
yeah.
But you haven't been to the Horseshoe?
No.
It's awesome. It's not Memorial Stadium, but it's pretty cool. I've been there twice. I haven't been to Michigan, so yeah, that was definitely on the bucket list.
Yeah.
Happy Valley, definitely. USC. So I've been to the Rose Bowl. We went back in 2001, whatever it was, Eric Crouch, when we played Miami. But I haven't been I've driven past the Coliseum. I've never been in it. So I would say those. And then I haven't even been to the state of Oregon ever. So
yeah,
it would be cool to go to Oregon as well. I think Washington.
Ooh, beautiful stadium. Yeah.
I haven't been. I've been to the state of Washington, but I haven't been to a football game in Washington. So I would definitely put that on. I've been to Texas. I've been to, the Orange Bowl. I've been to the Fiesta Bowl. I've been to a lot of those places. But so those are, so we're pretty similar as far as where I want to go. I've been to Notre Dame. Have you been to a game in Notre Dame?
No.
Oh man,
pass by.
Definitely want to go there too.
A lot of fun.
What's your top stadiums you've been to, if you could rank them?
Outside of Memorial Stadium?
Well, Memorial's number one.
Memorial's number but
you said the Rose Bowl and Notre Dame and Ohio State. I've been good ones.
I would say number 2 stadium would be Texas in Austin. That was a phenomenal in because more of the fan experience outside of the stadium and how they treat you, even as that was a big time game. And they treated us great. So
what year did you go there?
It would have been like 2000.
Okay.
Or 99. I don't know. My brother was on the team. That was so much fun. And then I would have to say the Horseshoe would be second as far as behind Texas. Orange Bowl was, we went there in 93 or 94, 93 and 94. It was not great. It was a great outcome in 94, horrible outcome in 93, but that was not a great stadium. It was just nice weather. I don't think there's any stadium that's really. Notre Dame would be after the Horseshoe, only because of Touchdown Jesus, honestly. Like, it's pretty old and rickety.
Yeah.
At least when I was there back in 2000 or whatever year that was. Like,
you were part of the red takeover there.
Yeah. I actually have the poster, and I can see myself where I'm sitting.
Oh yeah.
In the sea of red.
That's right.
Poster. So in Notre Dame Stadium or whatever they call it. But the Fiesta Bowl is really cool. Arizona State's is pretty cool. But yeah, I would say Memorial, Texas, Ohio State. And then Notre Dame, as far as the ones I've been in.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting talking to you guys because it's, I just think of my fan experiences when I go there and you're like kind of balancing, well, I was on the sideline in this place and I was in a fan in this situation. So
it is different to be a fan. And I think Texas Tech, like horrible stadium. Like it was, and then they threw tortillas because they did score on us and they threw tortillas at us and stuff. Colorado, horrible fans. Just a horrible experience. Like they were just, it was that wasn't fun. And it didn't help. We fumbled like 6 times, but still won that game in overtime, I believe. So, but yeah, Colorado is, I've been to K-State stadiums. So, it almost feels like you're playing a smaller college when I went to K-State.
There's talking about literally nothing around there. There's like I went to
K-State.
Yeah.
Where?
I passed
K-State.
by cows about
K-State?
2 blocks away from K-State.
Aggieville.
Well, yeah, that's a long way
They have
away.
a bit of a drive to get to the Little Apple. Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, they literally built that stadium in a field, and we were down for a recruiting trip, and they've really expanded. Like, I couldn't believe. I was like, "Holy cow!" There's buildings fairly close to the stadium now.
Yeah.
Like, They built a new indoor facility and things like that. So they have expanded. They've obviously gotten trying to bring up their whatever you call it, like facilities, that kind of stuff. So and you have to compete, right? So but I don't know, what's best stadium you've been in? I mean, I'd like to go
Auburn, Georgia. They're probably the only couple of ones I've been to in high school that that.
You ever been in Tennessee?
No, never went
Knoxville.
to
That would be interesting. That's probably on my
Colorado was a good stadium. Oklahoma. Oh
yeah, Oklahoma's up there.
Michigan State. They had a nice little crowd when we went there in 90. What was that? 95. They had a nice crowd. Okie State was okay. That was it. Colorado was probably my favorite because of the atmosphere of the game.
It was it's crazy atmosphere.
Yeah, so that was the only part of the Colorado game was the atmosphere and get to see the buffalo and everything like that. So
yeah, I forget Oklahoma. That was that's an interesting. Like you literally have to park in a frat house's lawn.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty crazy, and you're just like, really? I got Nebraska license plates. Is this going to be safe? And they're all good. So. Pretty interesting in Oklahoma.
It is interesting because I've been to games in Iowa State and Kansas, and they were both kind of like that too. It's like gotta kind of practice it. I gotta park in the neighborhoods, all the college students. So yeah, it's always interesting to not just take in the stadium, but the surrounding area, the tailgating, all that.
And I'm telling you, if you want to go to tailgates that are like unlike anything else, Texas is above and beyond anything I've ever. I mean, and I know like Arrowhead, they're known for their tailgating, but it's a big parking lot. Where Texas, it's a long, like it's crazy. It's a lot of fun in Austin's tailgating scene, and it's just from the wherever you park all the way walk into the stadium, because you get to park pretty far away in Austin, and it's just tailgate after and they're all super nice and offering you beer and food, and we almost missed kickoff.
Oh yeah,
we were having so much fun. So
I was gonna say, I've heard, and we hear obviously College World Series, we get a nice little blend of tailgating from all different areas. That's pretty much just anybody you talk to that goes there routinely say if LSU's there, it's a better experience. They just have the best tailgating, and then people are on the text and are also pointing out that's basically almost on everybody's bucket list as far as a college football atmosphere as a night game at Tigers. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. There's just so many good ones, right? Like, I mean, Alabama would be fun to go there. Be fun to go to Knoxville. It'd be fun to go to Georgia. I love, see the Bulldog. It'd be cool to see those things. But for the next 4 years, I'll be just chasing the Huskers wherever they're going.
Yeah, we're just following them.
All right, 93.7 The Ticket, the Captain Show. We'll be right back.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions on 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
We're going to see plenty of sunshine here. A little bit of cloud cover for your Wednesday. Another hot one out there. High temperature right around 90 degrees. Wind gusts in between 25 and 30 miles an hour. Tonight, a chance for some severe thunderstorms to our north and west. I think we'll stay dry here in Lincoln. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow with a high of 83 and then low 80s again coming up for your Friday. I'm meteorologist Aaron Dowden for 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Out here on Nebraska's calm, welcoming waters, fishing is a breeze. It's the sweet spot where solo anglers find quiet before the catch, families reel in memories, and first-timers discover what makes fishing so special. From the Panhandle to the Platte, the best fishing happens here, beneath Nebraska skies. Get started at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492. G1-87747, and G1-96599.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage door sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, a realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at DoorsPlusLLC.com or give them a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
The goal for those coming on the road, let's go get that first. And then here's what'll happen. There'll be you'll kind of be lackadaisical. Instead of keeping that energy, why not too? Instead of keeping that energy, you'll probably see just a little bit more ease of play. Because in the psyche, we did what we came to do.
Every weekday from 3 to 5 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the Captain Show, the fastest 2 hours in radio. We are on a road here. Like I said, we're off and running. All of us except the captain. But Pete Rose, man, he got reinstated by the commissioner of baseball. And I just think it's too late. Now, Pete Rose, if you don't know, was banned from baseball back in 1989 for betting on games. One of the all-time greats in baseball, was the all-time hit leader in baseball. Been trying to get in the Hall of Fame for years. He passed. When did he pass away? September. Last September he passed away. Would have loved to see Pete Rose get in there before he passed away, but now since he's gone, they lifted the ban. There's a possibility he can get in the Hall of Fame. What are y'all thoughts on the timing, and could it have been done better?
Well, it's interesting because it's not just happenstance that he passed away and now they lifted it. Commissioner Rob Manfred ruled that Major League Baseball's punishment of banned individuals ends upon their death. So this was not just a Pete Rose decision. This also opens up the door for shoeless Joe Jackson, many of the famous Black Sox scandal players. But Joe Jackson's a top 5 hitter as far as batting percentage of all time. So he's definitely a guy that will probably benefit from this as well, this ruling. So there's been a few guys over the years that have been blackballed or kind of put on these ineligible list. But the ruling is after their deaths, then the punishment ends. So it's kind of like it's a life punishment, and then it ends after that. So kind of interesting. It's definitely a way to do it, right? The punishment does feel severe, and they want to continue to make those punishments feel severe. You don't want the integrity of your sport to be on the line, and they've made sure of that. But it's all very interesting because obviously they have more problems than just gambling. If you look at their Hall of Fame, 7 of their top 15 home run hitters of all time are not in the Hall of Fame either, and of course that's coming from the steroid era. So this is a including their all-time home run king, obviously, in Barry Bonds. So this is a step in my mind. It's interesting. I always found it odd that your all-time hits leader and your all-time home run leader are not in the Hall of Fame. Again, understanding why, because they're kind of looking at the integrity of it. But then all of a sudden, what does your Hall of Fame become? Like the Hall of Fame for those that acted like good guys, So it's just kind of like, yeah, well, they might have been bad guys, but they hit the home runs and they got the hits.
But when we talk about this, if you read the article, this was more pressure on the commissioner from Donald Trump than baseball, because, he met with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump would lobby for Pete Rose for the longest, and his daughter, and they met with the commissioner again back in December. So, and then Trump met with him April, and he said the talk was more about getting Pete Rose back into the Hall of Fame more than anything. When you talk about people like Barry Bonds, he didn't get in. What about Jose Canseco? Did he get in?
Mark McGwire.
Now you Sammy Sosa. Now you got guys who's not been banned for gambling wise, but has steroid accusations and PED stuff like that. Now these guys get in after all these years. They thought they wouldn't. Does it give baseball a black eye or what, Bach?
I don't think so. I think enough times has passed as well, and I think there's always room for an asterisk or whatever you want to do in your hall or whatever, kind of write down the mistakes that these guys have had. I mean, part of Pete Rose's story is always going to be, the ban, the gambling, some other things that I don't want to go into. So, I mean, there's some that's always going to be part of it, but It just, to me, if you're doing a Hall of Fame for your sport, you just got to include the best of the best regardless.
All right, Gus Mohawk says, who's more deserving? Who gets in first? Barry Bonds or Pete Rose?
Pete Rose. He's waited the longest.
Yeah, it appears like they're kind of lifting the gate for Pete Rose here.
Yeah.
They both get in at the same time.
That would be a heck of a class.
Yeah.
That
you have Pete Rose, Barry Bonds, Jose Canseco, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa. You put them all in one
Alex
class.
Rodriguez, Manny Ramirez.
Oh, they're not in either?
All these guys are kind of steroid
the
bands.
class of PED.
So just create
that's what you call it.
Create a whole new hall for them. They would be like the asterisk hall.
That's right. Yeah, I wouldn't even mind a portion of the Hall of Fame being the asterisk wing.
Yeah, here. These are the guys that we know.
These are the bad Hall of Famers right here.
But
oh my God, that's.
I mean, I played a little baseball. I think even with PEDs, you still have to hit the ball.
Dad 34 says the Major League MLB should take away the World Series from Houston. They cheated to win.
They did.
What year was that, boss?
I think they did take it away.
2017?
They took one. Yeah,
what they did?
They were banging. They were getting the pitch count or pitch calls.
Yeah, they're getting sign stealing, basically.
Yeah, sign stealing.
Oh.
So you got a 2-1 count. You know what's coming.
A fastball.
Well, yeah. So
who knows? Everybody should know that.
A 1-2 count.
A 1-2 count. A slider.
Yeah.
A sinker, a screwball, something that can strike you out. Especially when you're behind the count. See, I play baseball. See, a little bit. Notice that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
not more. They call me a three sport guy.
3-sport athlete.
Yeah.
Huh? Track, football, and baseball.
No, I ain't played baseball since I was 10. So I tried it out one year. It was too much for me.
Yeah, it moves a little too slow for you, probably.
Huh?
It probably doesn't move quite as fast for you. Baseball.
Too fast for me.
Baseball?
Yeah.
He's talking about like hand-eye coordination.
No.
I'm talking about fastballs and curveballs.
No. I mean the whole pace of the game.
Oh.
Pace of the game
like
is low.
that's what a lot of kids lose their baseball is because they just you're playing third base and you never get a ball hit to you the whole game.
Left field, center field, one of those.
Yeah.
Whichever one the sorriest guy, the right field or something.
Yeah, right field.
That's where I was at right there. I was right field. I played on the team with a bunch of all-star guys.
Yeah.
But we was pretty good though.
So that was what my son decided to be a catcher because he's like, I get to touch the ball almost every pitch. So he got him into the game and he loved playing catcher. So, or pitcher. He did both. Baseball's fun.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Grant, I coached, those kids growing up and it's brutal early on. And a lot of kids just don't have the patience because it just doesn't move quite. I'd say 10 years old would be like he started playing travel ball at 10U. So
here's are the guys they talking about will probably could get in there right now. Shoeless Joe Jackson, who Box said. Eddie Sacroto or something. Cicotte.
Well, I might just save you from reading the list. All these guys are from before 1943.
Yeah.
Other than Pete Rose. So
yeah,
they're not going to be household names except for Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah, these guys are 19. Like what?
Yeah, 8 of them are from the Black Sox scandal for the White Sox.
Yeah, Buck Weaver.
Like in the World Series.
They was cheating like that. Lefty Williams.
They had good names back then, so maybe you should read the names. Lefty and Shoeless and
all these guys are 19.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
What happened in What happened?
You don't know about the Black Sox scandal?
No.
So they took money to help fix the World Series. The White Sox did, and so it's known as the Black Sox scandal. Very much involved in like the mob money and stuff like that. So it's interesting if you want to dive into it. It's definitely a good piece of history.
I have to read up on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't just go from it right now. I mean, I just see too many guys that's definitely 1919. Like
that's
what happened in 1919. This little fly in here is really making me mad. I want to catch him. I want to smash his head off because he's aggravating. Yeah. Whoever let this guy here needs to let him out.
So here's the quick skinny on that. The Black Sox scandal was a game-fixing scandal in Major League Baseball in which 8 members of the Chicago White Sox All of those 8 now are part of this deal here. Were accused of intentionally losing the 1919 World Series against the Cincinnati Reds in exchange for payment from a gambling syndicate, possibly organized and led by organized crime figure Arnold Rothstein.
There you go.
So there you go. That's
They
that kind of catches you
they
up.
probably had to.
Yeah, maybe you.
Yeah,
You might want to
hey.
leaning in on you if he's telling you to do it. You might want to do it.
Yeah.
So interesting times back then for sure. Interesting times now. People have been waiting decades to see Pete Rose finally get an opportunity to get in, and now it's been lifted.
All right, Pete. He's looking down. He's looking down from heaven. Just I'm in there now. See you later, Barry. Yeah, 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Captain Show, the fastest 2 hours of radio. We'll be right back.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they cover the cost of CDL training. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Since 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today with ready-mixed concrete. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the 2nd season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a 4-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats like Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Call or text us at 402-464-5685 with questions, or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Registration goes through May 30th.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through May 18th, enjoy USDA Choice 10-ounce top sirloin steak for $6.99 each. All natural pork steak, $2.49 per pound. Carbless canned cocktails 4-packs for $7.99 when you buy 2, and whole watermelons for $5. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Make sure you tune in every Saturday from 11 to 12 for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday from 11 to noon right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. This is the Captain Show. These are the fastest 2 hours in radio right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Bach, take us home.
Yeah, there's a few college football stories I want to get your guys' opinions on as we get done here. One major one for Nebraska, anyways, is that they've teamed up with Adidas to create the Battle in the Boneyard, a 7-on-7 tournament that will take place in Memorial Stadium on June 6th. Several of the country's top 7-on-7 teams are going to be there competing, including teams from Miami and Texas. Rule said he thinks on a radio interview the other day, said he thinks the event will be open to the public and people will show up to watch the athletes play a sport that's growing each year with 7-on-7. And this is also a recruiting kind of pitch. Some of the top young athletes play on these teams, freshmen and sophomores in high schools and that sort of thing. So this could be a big opportunity for Nebraska. Do you think, how big of a crowd do you think they get for 7-on-7 for guys that aren't necessarily committed or aligned to Nebraska right now?
I think you probably get about 40,000 in there if you sell it right. I mean,
40,000.
Yeah, I mean, probably 25,000. Probably.
How many teams?
7.
Well, it's 7-on-7. I don't know how many teams exactly.
Well, if you watch it, if you watch
all that stuff,
I mean,
they barely had 10,000 for the Husker games.
Well, that's wasn't football like we wanted to see. But Bob, you got to understand, this is different. This is something where you're going to see great athletes. That's going to be a good time to recruit. Jeremiah Jones, he played in it. The guy, when you watch it, this is a televised sport, Bob. This is on ESPN, and you catch it most of the times. And most of these teams are from Florida and California. That's real good because they have so many different divisions in this 7-on-7.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how many they put in there, but it also, like you said, a recruiting tool potentially for people to get to Memorial Stadium, see what it's all about. Like I said, it's my number 1 stadium, so the more people you can get in there to see it, the better.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how many teams will be there, but the cost per team is $400, so it's kind of putting on this kind of a national type of tournament here. So that'll be exciting and something to look forward to for Nebraska. Let's get into some other news. Big Ten news. Illinois head coach Brett Bielema has agreed to a new 6-year contract through the end of the 2030 season. Illinois Director of Athletics Josh Whitman announced there Tuesday, 6 years, $46 million for Big Bert. That's about 7.6 per year. Is he worth it? Of course, Illinois did beat Nebraska last year.
Yeah.
Top 15 finish.
He's just not one of my favorite coaches. I just don't necessarily like him, but I just don't even like watching him coach.
You just don't like him?
No, I just don't.
Wisconsin coming from
That's
the
a lot of
Wisconsin
money.
days.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of money for Illinois. That's interesting. To
Say
me.
that again now, Buck.
$7 million.
Brett Bielema has a new 6-year contract that runs through 2030, $7.6 million per year. 6 years, $46 million.
Well, I think he deserves it. I mean, I think
he's done well.
He's earned it. Each year he elevates his team to a better way. I mean, I know that was it 2000 team, 2021 team. One of them had a great defense, but then the next year he did kind of bad, but he rebounded and looks like Illinois is getting better every year.
Yeah, they're a popular pick this year to be pretty darn good. Obviously, after being in the top 15, surprising people and being in the top 15 last year with, of course, one of the more fun bowl games there going back and forth there at the end with South Carolina, and they did get the win in that. So that was a big deal there. Couple other interesting stories in college football. This is according to the Audible from Stuart Mandel and Bruce Feldman, a podcast they have. They said an athletic director at a prominent blue blood school said that USC would gladly fire Lincoln Riley if they could get out of the contract right now. Texas A&M firing Jimbo Fisher with so much money, buyout money is remaining was very rare, and not many other schools would do that. So does that surprise you guys? That if true, again, this is just according to this is kind of like according to somebody I heard that on a podcast. But these are good names in college football. That USC might be right now feel like the contract is what's keeping Lincoln Riley in.
I think, I think obviously the first year he went out there with Caleb and they did pretty well, and then it just has gone south for him. He's not producing at probably USC's expectations. So I don't know. I got to assume that there's plenty of money out in USC land, just like there is at Texas A&M. So if they wanted him gone, he'd be gone. I don't think that.
Yeah.
I don't think the contract's holding him.
Well, I think he didn't do his homework. Like you thought it was going to be easy because you left Oklahoma. You went to an atmosphere that you didn't even understand out that way in the West Coast, and it is not going the same way. I mean, first of all, you haven't had a defense since you've been there.
Right.
I mean, only thing you're known for is Heisman quarterback. What else besides putting quarterbacks have you done? You haven't won anything besides winning Heisman's with quarterbacks. So, he's probably he's definitely on the hot seat. Can't take another 7-6 season. Lincoln Riley has to win 10 plus games this year to keep that job.
Scott Frost must have been impressed enough with those USC defenses because he hired Alex Grinch, who actually this past year worked at Wisconsin after the previous year being fired at USC. But we'll see if that works out. Maybe there is something that Alex Grinch can fix at some point for these teams. One other thing that I thought was interesting, the NFL, of course, is coming out with their schedule release tonight, but some of this stuff has been leaked, and the NFL is airing 2 divisional matchups on Fox against the college football playoffs first round this year. On Saturday, December 20th, the Eagles and Commanders and Bears and Packers, of course, those are big-time rivalries that will draw eyeballs, will be shown up against 2 of college football playoffs first round games. Both the NFL games will be on Fox. And last year, the 2 games of this date were split between NBC and Fox for college football. So we'll kind of see how that plays out. But you guys would prefer the NFL maybe move out of the way for college football that day? Or do you say, hey, more football, the better?
Hey, listen, we're in the day and age that you can have as many games on as you want to watch. I just put the split screen up there and watch them all.
There you go.
So I don't think it really matters anymore as much as it used to when it was like, okay, we only got, you can only watch this one station at a time. Now you can have your iPad open, you can have your TV on this one, your other TV on that one. It's just, I don't think that's a big deal. More football. Those are great matchups.
I said in the NFL, if they see any opening to make more money or a chance to shine brighter on the shield, they'll do it.
So, and I thought too, I read this coming in, Bussin' with the Boys took a shot at New Heights with Jason Kelsey and about beating the Cincinnati on Kelsey's Arrowhead Stadium.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it was pretty cool. I saw that on X or whatever it's called now. I'm not on there very often, but I saw that one.
Yeah, I don't care about NFL football. You know, it starts with Bach. You took it off. I had something for us, but you took it off. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm a college guy. I don't care about the NFL having 2 games. College football rules.
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah, that's the way I feel. We feel unified in this room, but for some reason, the rest of the United States likes to watch the NFL.
All right. Thank you for listening to the Captain Show and Window World Wednesday here on 93.7 The Ticket, the fastest 2 hours in radio. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
God bless.
Get ready for the largest dirt late model event in Nebraska, race fans. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is heading to Eagle Raceway's High Bank Heist on Thursday, May 15th through Saturday, May 17th. See the greatest dirt late model stars in the country compete for $10,000 to win on both Thursday and Friday, and an enormous $50,000 to win 75-lap main event on Saturday. The High Bank Heist, May 15th through May 17th at Eagle Raceway. For more info, visit eagleraceway.com. Let's go Lucas Oil Late Model Racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete in Lincoln. With 3 plants across the city, there are plenty of opportunities to start or grow your driving career. They offer great pay, medical, and retirement